Hola, hola bafethu, namakwaland lantse bakere bafethu. Yet, we out here with another episode bafethu. And tonight, we're gonna be dealing with very uncomfortable issues. Now, maybe I'm known for dealing with uncomfortable issues, but unfortunately, here at this channel, from the Street Podcast channel, we bring to you only uncensored, no prejudice, no fear, no favor information. And talking about information, there's been some issues that really makes us uncomfortable. Bafethu, welcome to the number one podcast right here in namakwaland bafethu. And if you've made it so far in the channel, I want to say thank you very much bafethu. We are going to talk local soccer in namakwaland and in the Northern Cape as large. So tune in, because when we come back, we're gonna delve deeper. Welcome back, bafethu. Welcome back. You know who I am, MK Maradona, your host. And tonight we are talking local football. Yeah, in namakwaland. Yeah, in the Northern Cape as large bafethu. I want to say thank you very much for people going out there who stream our content, who look into our YouTube channel, who look into our Facebook channel, and who subscribes to our YouTube channel, and who follow us on YouTube, and who follow us on Facebook. I want to say thank you very much, bafethu. It's because of you that this channel keep moving forward and keep getting closer to the main goal that we are set to achieve, of which is we want to change the image, change the way people look at the Northern Cape football, especially the namakwaland football. So as I am diving on this, and as I am going down this journey, I would love you to follow me, join me, stand with me. Where you disagree with me, tell me. Go into my comment sections, talk to me. Where you agree with me, raise a thumb so that we can go forward and try to see if we can bring about change. But I know with you on my side, in my corner, me and you, we can do this. Bafethu, this channel is for the local soccer stars. This channel is for the local communities. This channel is for everyone who wants to see their brother succeed, wants to see their sister succeed in football and in any sport at large here in the Northern Cape. Perfect too. As I said, tonight we're gonna be dealing with uncomfortable issues. Uncomfortable issues. But we don't want people to get the wrong impression. We don't want people to take what we are saying or what I am saying in a wrong way. Use your brain. Think logical. That's what I want. And that's what I need. So, Bafetu, the first thing I will be talking about is the lack of support. The lack of support that football is getting, is receiving from institutions, from companies that's supposed to uplift, to develop the Northern Cape football. Look, you might think, what is this guy talking about? What is he saying? Yes. What am I saying? What am I looking at? I'm looking into the future. I'm looking into the future. And as I'm looking into the future, I look at a very, very bright future in terms of football. In terms of football. A future so bright that we have witnessed the young boys of Okip High taking that prestigious tournament. So it tells us that there is talent. There is talent in the Northern Cape. Down here in the Namakwaland region, there is talent. The young boys raised their hands and said, we are here. Look at us. But unfortunately, the opportunities are not so well developed for them to reach a certain point. But with this channel, with a little of power or of influence I have within media, I would like to try and change that narrative and help our young boys, help our local soccer stars to pursue a career whereby it's worth pursuing. And not just pursuing careers. Guys, we need to look into this thing as deep as possible as we can. Because worldwide, soccer stars, soccer players are dealing with the same issues. Soccer stars are dealing with the same issues, whether it's professional, whether it's local, but they're dealing with the same issues. What kind of issues am I talking about? These guys, they sacrifice everything. These guys, some of the guys come from far to play football in other regions. Why? Because it's a dream they want to pursue. Because it's something they want to succeed in. They're willing to sacrifice. Some of the other guys, they play football because they want to put food in their children's mouth. Some guys have families. they need to support. And we need to look into this thing and support these guys. Hence, I'm talking about these big institutes. Hence, I'm talking about these big companies who has obligations, who has mandates that says communities must be developed. Communities must be developed. Arts, sports, and so forth. They must push money into that sections. They must put money into that section so that talents can grow. So that talents can grow. Who is the last star in terms of sport that came out of the namakwaland in football? I'm talking football. I'm talking football. I know. I saw an article about a young man. He's not really that young, but he's young. He comes out of the ranks of rugby, and I think he went to play for the Greek was, and I mean that's good. That's good. That's good. I don't know if the boy comes out of Namakwaland, but I think it's out of the Northern Cape. But that's good, guys. That's good. But that's good for rugby. That's good for rugby. What about football? You can give me one name of a star that comes out of the Markland region. Yes, Northern Cape. It was the Kakamas boys who dominated and still dominating. Why? Because opportunities they actually come to them. Scouts come there to see these boys. Mm. Right now, if we have to look into this thing, Kakamas, Juventus, and Kakamas and Uppington City, they are really competing because they are getting these boys into the province. They're letting these boys come into the province and come and play football here, making them more stronger. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that we must really look into this issue, guys. We must look into this issue. And this is where it starts. This is where it starts. Just want to highlight something very, very quick. Kangnas wind farm, big, big, big institution, big company. I'm telling you, very, very big company. Vedanta, mining resources. Very, 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 very big, big institution, big company. Very, very big. It's up there. It's up there. So why am I making examples of these two big companies? Why? Remember, I'm talking about development here. Talking about development. Talking about development. Vedanta has a Vedanta Cup and a Vedanta League. It's for rugby. Kangnas has a Kangnas League. Now, I did see Kangnas Cup also, but I'm not really sure if there is a cup also, but I know the Kangnas League. Because how do I know it? Because you play at the Vedanta League or the Vedanta Cup to go into the Kangnas League, meaning the Kangnas League is higher than the Vedanta League, right? So it means these two companies have some sort of agreement to say, let's develop rugby here in Northern Cape because it's Kaima, Vedanta, and it's Namakwa, which is Kangnas. So these two companies they have an agreement, which is very 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 smart, which is very good, which is very good. But what interests me is they don't do the same for football. They don't do the same for football. Look, if I have to tell you, uh, this guys plays play in a league that's been orchestrated, structured down by FIFA to SAFA, which is the association of South Africa, to say, listen, football must be developed. Hence, there are lower leagues like your LFA, like your Hollywood Bet, your Muzipe. Now, guys, these leagues are run by a association, not by companies. SAFA is not a company. SAFA is an association. They are association. They are not companies. So, meaning, where I'm trying to go with this is that these guys they compete to go into a higher level, which is the Premier League, the Betway Premier League that we have, where we have a number of big clubs playing in the Orlando Pirates, for instance. Because I'm an Orlando Pirates, so why not talk about my team? You understand? So these guys are trying to reach that level by starting from the bottom up. But the financial support, the financial support is an issue for the teams. It's a big issue. And they try to scramble up some tournaments there and there. They try to scramble up some tournaments there. And yes, sometimes tournaments benefit, tournament organizers they benefit, teams they lose. Why do I say teams lose? Because they have to come from far and travel to play these tournaments, which really hurt their financial pocket. As traveling is very costly. Guys need to eat when they come there, and by that time, it's close to 23 players. It's close to 16 players that the team tries to feed. But where do they get the money? Where do they get the money? Do they steal this money? Do they win this money on tournaments? Because you don't win the whole season. So where do they get the money? Who develops them? Who develops them? You see where I'm trying to go with this thing. Who develops them? Because the development that SAFA is giving them, it's purely to a professional level, not to sustain them, because the money they get to be in those leagues tells you that, listen guys, we are not here to babysit you. You must figure things out by yourself. We already laid out the structure. We already running this leagues for you. You must see. You must see how you sustain your club's uh, 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 costs during the season, because the money they win, sometimes they don't get it if they come out of the stream. They don't get it. Sometimes it takes long to get it. Sometimes it's a little bit of money. You understand? You understand where I'm trying to go, guys? And throughout the season, these teams need to pay transport. These teams need to eat. You understand where I'm trying to go? So what my issue is here is, why can't Vedanta and kangnas do the same for Northern Cape football? Why can't they do the same for Northern Cape football? Why can't they also start a league that benefits the local clubs at the end of the season? For a club to play for an amount of 150,000 and knowing that they will get it, tells you that they know that at the end of the year there will come money in. My expenses, I will play very hard to get them back. You understand? This league I'm talking about, I already have a plan laid out. I already have the plan drafted down. I want to put it in motion. But with every club's holding my hand, maybe we can get this thing right. Maybe what I'm saying right now will make sense in front of those people who have the money. Now, guys, uh, I want I want unity, Buffett. I want unity, not for me, but for my brother and for the future stars of this beautiful province. And the league I was talking about, it wouldn't be like a league whereby there will be 7 or 8, 9 teams in that league competing for position. Well, no, no, no. We we don't think average anymore. We think out of the box. I think that's why I'm here. That's why I'm orchestrating this whole movement. That's why I'm initiating this whole movement, because we need to think out of the box. If you want to develop football here in Namakwaland, if you want to change the image of Namakwaland football, that's why I'm sitting here. You need to think out of the box. So the plan I've drafted, it's high, it's professional, and we need our local players in order for them to change their negative attitudes towards the football, towards their dreams, towards what they are playing for. We need to let them feel professional. So the league that I laid out, that I drafted down, is modeled towards the CAF Champions League. It's modeled towards the CAF Champions League. If you know the CAF Champions League, you'll know how it's being played. You know how it's been played. And that's something I would like to get implemented. That's something I would like to get implemented. And it should not be implemented by by people who don't know football. It should not be implemented by people, old people. It should not be implemented by people who think they 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 some I don't know. Hence I'm sitting here, guys. This thing should be implemented by young people. Now I know a lot of young people they don't wanna support the movement that I'm moving with. I know. I don't know why, but it's been the case. It's been the case. I don't know why a lot of young people doesn't wanna listen to my voice and maybe because I'm not talking things that make sense. But it has been the case. But in order to develop themselves, young people must take roles. Young people that know football must take those roles, step in those roles. They they know what is best. They know what they need to do to change the image of namakwaland football. Namakwaland football has been dead for decades. It has been dead for decades. The time Lemuna, it was like what's happening? It's like play football. Wow. So something needs to change. Something needs to change. And if it doesn't change with us, then the future of the young people is dead. It's dead. Moving forward, moving forward, still sticking on supporting, still sticking on supporting. Mikey's Clove has a woman soccer team. Guys, I don't know. Do you guys sometimes take time to just do research or take time to just scroll on the internet or take time to just go on TikTok and scroll for things that you don't really want to look at? I don't know if you guys do that, but I do that sometimes. And it's fascinating for me to find out that all over the world, there are more women taking part in football. There are movements like my channel pushing these ladies, and they push them up until one of the ladies reach Bafana's Panyana Panyana, the ladies team. It's so amazing. So for Namakwaland and for Mike's Group, we have this team. We need to support them, guys. We need to support the ladies. We need to stand behind them. Majida, I'm asking you guys. This is for Majida. This is for the guys. I so what put my head on the block. This is for you. I'm talking to you guys. When the ladies play, come out and watch the game. When the ladies train somewhere, don't hesitate to take your time as a football player. Go and watch how they train. Give some technique away to the ladies to sharpen them as they are taking part in a very, very, very important league, the Sasol League. So they need help. They need support. Community needs to support them. Local soccer stars needs to support them. I, me, my channel, we need to support them. I'm asking you guys. Next time, just make some. Just take some extra means and go out and watch how the ladies play. Support them. It will mean a lot to them. It will mean a lot to them because there's already too much oppressions. They are fighting. The league has a lot of issues and all those type of things. So getting the support from the community will really bring down that load on their shoulders. Please, Buffett. Moving forward, guys. The next thing I want to touch is the transfer. It's the transfer ordeals that kind of I think need to get discussed also. Now, I said these things a lot on my life, and I want to say them again on my episode. That you know, these guys that play football in your class, they sacrifice a lot. Guys. They sacrifice a lot. I don't want to. I don't want to paint that picture anymore, and I don't want to paint it again. But they sacrifice a lot for a club to buy a player for for peanuts should not happen. It should not happen. Looking at the quality of the player must set a price tag on that player. A price tag that comes from the club where you want to buy that player. You don't go behind the door and talk with the player and say, come play for me. And then the player must go and fight with the coach because you want to get his track pass. No, no. Coaches, if you want the player, they must talk with the coach or with the official of that player where the player plays. Sit down, have a phone call. Say, listen, can we talk about that player? I want that player at my club. Is there a market fee on his head? And the club will say no, or the club will say yes. But remember, they are under SAFA's regulation. I had a talk with one of Olympics officials. One of Olympics officials laid out the regulation so nicely to me, and I had to agree with him. I had to agree with him. Yes, that's, the leagues that the guys are playing is an amateur league. It's an amateur league. So SAFA looks down on them as amateur players. But me and you, we sit at the grandstands every day. How do you feel? Do you feel like he's an amateur player? Really? When you see the quality, yeah, that man. Eh? Do you feel he's an amateur player? No. Yes, Safa has every right to open the regulation in your face to say this is the regulation. I want you to abide. But we have to understand, we have to do things that will be beneficial for us and still be in line with what SAFA wants. So SAFA says as a regulation for the amateur players, if an Hollywood team wants a multi player, they must buy 1.5, 1,500. And if a multi team wants a Hollywood bet player, they should buy, they should sell, they should, the transfer fee must be 1,000 rand. Now, probably makes sense, probably makes sense, but let's take a Lundi. I like making an example with Lundi because he's consistent. He's a player that's consistent. Let's take a Lundi who plays for Olympics in Okip. Do you really think if a team right now who wants Lundi to come and play in the Hollywood for them? Just make an example. It's a far-fetched example, guys. You don't bite my head off. If they want Lundi, do you really think they must buy, they must sell, they must Olympics must sell him for 1,000 rand? Do you really think? No. I for one, I raise my hand, I disagree. Yes, it's what Safa says. So if I am a coach and I have to face uh Mr. Leonard, the chaplain uh, uh of Olympics, and I want to strike a deal for Lundi, I have to hear what he put on what he has put on Lundi's head because Olympics have developed Lundi to be the player he is. Olympics have put in to that boy to make him what he is today. So Olympics has the right to tell me, listen, I want 5,000 rand. I want 5,000. And then, if I don't want to pay the 5,000 rand, it's fine if I have to leave the plan. But if I do pay the 5,000 rand that they want, I get the plan. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, yes, the 5,000 rand compared to that 1,000 rand doesn't balance. But the team must get something back. Nana Safa wants a chaplain to sell Lundi to me for 1,000 rand. What is he getting back? Nothing. He has spent a lot of money on Lundi, but he's getting nothing back when he sells Lundi. No. And I want you to understand the term money I'm using. It might not be money, but it might mean logistic fees. Lundi doesn't take out petrol money when they have to travel to a ground. No, the team does. You understand? Whether he plays for Olympics, whether they win tournaments, doesn't guarantee a player to say that, listen, uh, 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 the money that you're winning is your money. No. Remember, they're not professional. They're not professional. They local. They're local. Now, amateur is something else. Amateur means it's just a term Safa wants to use to say to belittle the players. But it's a term I don't want to use because these guys are not amateurs. These guys can play. They can play. Any professional club they can come. They will play and they will put up a fight. That's what makes them. That's what makes them not amateur to me. You understand? Amateur guys will be people when you put them in, they will they will do nothing. They will just stand there. Every tackle will be missed, and they amateurs. They know nothing. They're beginners. You understand? But these guys are not beginners. Well-oiled machines. We see them week in, week out. Mhm. You saw the goal of Pogba, top power, out of the 18. Mhm. You must give credit to the boys, knowing where the goalkeeper is. The goalkeeper is off his line. He can take the shot. That's something you don't teach. It's something you don't teach on the playground. No, it tells you the quality. You understand? So the 5,000 rand will be enough. The 5,000 rand will be enough. So for me, I will I will say that 5,000 rand will be a max market fee a local club can have on any player that's at the club based on the quality of the player. So the market fee might go down to 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, but they need not be above 5,000. That is no need. We sell in Afrikaans. Okay? A club, a bloed club exat. Yes, that's the word. That is no need that. Let's keep this thing a mutual financial agreement and knowing that the other team can afford what you want for your player. And that player is only supposed to play one season, then he can go. So if the player wants to stay again, you understand? I'm trying to go. So what I'm having here is transfers that is currently done deals, and I have price tags that I've put to this player. Let's check them out. So the first player of which I believe is a done deal, but like I said, I did talk to one of the officials of Olympics, and he assured that it's not a done deal yet. Didn't want to show more of the cards, but he did he did say yes. The player is the player is one of the players they want to bring in to the club. So seeing the player play with them, some friendly matches tells you that yes, the player might have signed with the club. But for me, I say it's a done deal. Someone else might say, nah, no, no, MK Maradona, no, no, we still, no. I know. But for me, it's a done deal, Papi too. Perky, Perky from All Stars, we know Perky from All Stars, very talented boy, too much quality, left foot, has sweet left foot. He can produce opportunities, he can play on a wing, can cut in, very dangerous when he cuts in. He can make that through passes also. Very, 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 very prominent player. promising player, delicate, 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 a talent. And for Olympics to scoop him up, again, magnifique, good deal, good opportunity for Olympics to have a player like him. And I must give credit to the scouts of Olympics to see the boy because he's young. They need unders to play in the multiple league and to compete against teams like Kakama Juventus and Kakama United. So with Perky coming in, that's something for Kakama United to go back to the drawing book because this boy is gonna give them problems. Playing with the Lundi, always consistent, can turn with the ball as quick as a Ferrari and make a pass or take that snapshots that we see sometimes. It will be very, very difficult for those teams. It will be very difficult. So Perky going there to Olympics. Now the price tag I put on Perky's head is 2.5, 2.5K, 2,500. That's what the boy can be. And that's what I feel Olympics must at least put on the table of all stars to say thank you very much for your player. Moving forward, the next player there is Booty. Now, this one of Booty, I don't really know what is happening. Is the player is free agent, roaming around, looking for a club, or what's happening? Is he testing waters because he played for New Secrets? He went on last tournament. I saw him play for Sparrows. It's kind of it's kind of something you don't want to touch on, but I don't know. But knowing Abuti from Benfica, played Benfica, very good midfielder until he injured. He got injured on the field in the field of play, and it was a very very nasty injury. But luckily the player uh, 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 recovered from the injury. But you can see it's not the same anymore. You can see that's what injury does, guys. That's what an injury does. It really break a player. And with what I see with Booty, the injury did really affect his play. And but he's still a good player. He's still a good player. Remember, football is here. It's in the mind. It's an experience. It's an experience sport. So he has the experience. He knows what to do in the field of play. It's just that the body is tampered with, and the injury did temper the body. And at Total Aces played a couple of games that were promising, but other games were not that promising. So I think he as a player, he was aware of that and felt like let me move. You understand? Because if you're not happy at the club, if the players you are playing with doesn't really give you the satisfaction or play the way you want to play, then it's 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 time to move on. And I think that's what he's trying to do. Uh, like I said, it's a rumor. It's a rumor. Maybe it's going back to Benfica, but seems like the player is definitely moving away from Total Aces. Definitely moving away from Total Aces. And the price tag I'm putting on his head will be 1,000 rand from Hollywood back to Mutipe, 1,000 rand Dinyana, a sharp for Booty. And the rumor, next rumor is Xavi. Xavi Um, Very, 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 very experienced player. Has a good profile, football profile. As a player, played against a lot of professional footballers. Some of the footballers that you know, like Timokosi Lodge, played with Timokosi Lodge, played with Human, Innocent Mayela, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, but he did play with those type of players. He has a lot of experience and came to Benfica, played at Benfica a couple of games, a lot of games actually, and of which he kind of marked that back three, that right back position, and made it his position. Leaving Spera, also very good right back to compete for that position. But while he was at Benfica, it was very difficult for Spera to get into that position because of the quality Xavi has. And he went from Benfica to Total Aces, where he also played alongside Putin. And probably the same thing happened. The player was not happy anymore and felt like he must make a move. And from what I heard from close sources, that he is definitely seeking a move out of team belief, and he wants to pursue his football somewhere else. Maybe going back to Benfica, as there is a deal on the table for Benfica, wanting wanting him back for the season that's coming. But what price tag I've put on his head it is very reasonable. 2.1, 2,100 is very reasonable for taking in the age of the player, and that he will be a senior player in your team. And yes, so 2.1 will be okay to spend on him. He's a good player. Don't want to take that away from the boy. He's a very good player. And then the two players I'm gonna talk about right now are done deals. Yes, they are done deals. Uh, One is Justinus. Justinus, of which we know Justinus very, very, very difficult to play against when he played for Sparrows. A player you you would swear is one of the best all rounders you will find in namakwaland currently. Currently. And he made a move to young controllers. I don't know how much was the transfer fee there. Coach Raba making that deal with the coach of Sparrows. I don't know how much did they give out there as a market fee, but for me, for that player, staggering 4,000 rand. Staggering 4,000 rand for that player. He's a good player. If you have a player like him, he must definitely change the way your team is playing. And if he doesn't change the way your team is playing, then I don't know, something might be wrong with the lineup. But talking about not changing the way the team is playing, yes, young controllers, there is nothing promising since Justin is there. There's nothing promising. They haven't doing anything yet, any tournament or with Justinus. And yeah, hopefully going forward. But for me, the deal for Justinus is wrong. Was a wrong move. I would have suggested he stay another season at Sparrows because they did end second on the log, meaning they didn't do that bad. They didn't do that bad. All Stars just went past and snatched the top spot. They went to the playoffs, played very good at the playoffs, but unfortunately the player wanted to opt out and went to young controllers. We hope there's going to be a change of how he plays because during the couple of games he played, it wasn't that good. It's a done deal. Moving forward to Judah. Judah also making the move to young controllers. Young controllers move for Judah very good. He needed to be at a team like young controllers. Young controllers is a attacking team. They attack a lot. With your Shela, we know what he can do. So Judah there playing alongside Shela will really boost the attack. As Judah is a very attacking player. At the Sparrows, yeah, I didn't get a lot of game time, sometimes come in as a substitute. But for Judah, being at young controllers, I would say is the best move he can make for his career. 100%. Yes, moving forward. Guys, I am currently, I did mention to you that I have drafted some things. I've put a plan down for a Champions League that I want to implement. If things goes well, if I get the support from local clubs, if I get the support from Safa, Namakwa. But I wanted to kick off just to test the waters. I want to test the waters with the Champions Cup. Champions Cup tournament that I want to play for 2 weeks. In this Champions Cup, I want qualifying group stages. One Kaima and the other group namakwaland. Namakwa. Now, within those groups, if I get more teams that wants to partake in this tournament, good enough. But the aim is to have six teams in a group. Group matches will be played in Aggeneys and here in Mike's group at Stofka. At Stofka will be the Namakwa teams, the Namakwaland teams, and in Aggeneys will be the Kaima teams. You know, cutting that traveling cost for those guys. And yes, 6 teams of which 4 teams will automatically qualify regarding the points that they accumulate in the group. Now, the top team with with the most points gets an automatical spot in a top eight. A top eight, a Wafa Wafa top eight, winner takes all. This thing, yeah, yeah, okay. Mana wena o tsamaya ka 1.5, wena o tsamaya ka 2,000, wena o tsamaya ka 3,000. There's no fun in it. Teams don't come to compete, they come to play. Losing division, they know you'll get that amount of money, you sharp. we go back. This one, hi Baba, you fight till the end. And if you lose, you are out. Wafa waf, winner takes all. So with this tournament, that's what's gonna happen. So in Kaima, four teams will come out of that group stage. Two teams will be disqualified, and there's a clause that comes with it that says if a team get knocked out of the group stages, he only has 60 minutes, meaning an hour, to buy themselves back in, to buy themselves back in, to play the club that's fourth position. So the club that's ending up on fourth position might qualify if there's no team that buys them back in to compete for that spot. I don't know if you get the drift where I'm going. So meaning the team that's fourth doesn't really or isn't guaranteed to go through because there might be team that says, I want to take that spot. I know I can take that spot if I beat it. So with this tournament, it's competing. This tournament promotes the spirit of competing, of competing, beating your opponent or losing to your opponent. So teams within the group stages need to affiliate 2,000 rand to get into that group stages to fill out that six positions. And the teams that top the group will automatically get a spot into the top eight. So there will be one team in the top eight already, and one team of the Kaima, one team of the namakwaland in the top eight already. And then there's three teams now. There's three teams for them because they didn't manage to get the top spot that give them automatic qualification. They now need to put their hands in their pocket again and take out 2.5, 2,500 to get the spot of the top eight. So basically, they're paying for a spot they thought they had, but didn't really have. Because the main aim of this group stages is to compete and to compete until you reach the top. And if you reach the top, you know you have a free pass into the top eight. And then you don't have to pay the 2.5. Guys, and if those teams take out the 2.5s to go into the group stage, to go into the knockout stage, the top eight will be played here at Stofka, will be played in Stofka. And the date will be confirmed with the teams. Dates will be confirmed with the teams. And yes, now those two teams doesn't have to pay. The ones who top the group doesn't have to pay the 2.5. So now they play for a grand prize of 2,000 rand, of which a price that I might add another 10,000 on it if teams really show up for this tournament. And that 10,000 will come out of my pocket. That 10,000 will come out of my pocket. And it will make it 30,000 grand prize plus trophies plus medals. So and the winner takes all. So that knockout stages will run down as normal: quarter-final, semi-final, and then the final. Then the final. Now dates will be confirmed if the tournament reach the knockout stage, and I will come back into the studio. We will have a live draw. There will be streaming, live game. There will be action pictures. There will be music. There will be a commentator. Guys, there will be drama as teams will be competing for what might be. Maybe if I feel generous out of my pocket, I'll make it for 40K. That's if I feel generous. I know I'm a generous guy. And sometimes I get so excited and I just gonna black out money. But there will be goalkeeper of the tournament and there will be player of the tournament. That I can assure you. And those two players will move away with the golden glove, with a golden boot, and 500 in cash, each one of them. So you might ask, why do I know they have other achievements? Because it's very difficult, guys, to have a criteria or to come up with a criteria for those achievements. It's very difficult. I wonder sometimes, how does other tournament organizers come up with maybe, let's say, um, player of youngest player of the tournament? How do they see? How do they see that? How do they? Which criteria are they using? Because it's very difficult. Because you have to be able to know that players, if the young player is consistent throughout, you have to know what change he makes, the rating he puts in every tournament, all those type of things. You have to know those type of insights of a player to come as a criteria to come up with to say he's a man of the match, or you have to detailedly look into those things. You understand? So hence I just want to take two players. I know the criteria will be simple and give them the grand prize. So that's how it will be, guys. And any other information that you need, you know where I am. Go to Facebook, DM me there, go into my comment sections. I will get the message. I will see the message. Go to my TikTok. I will see the message. Go to my YouTube. I will see the message. If there's anything that comes up. And the most important thing, guys, I want to highlight: teams, your registration will only be confirmed with proof of payment, not verbally, with proof of payment. And with the invitation I sent, you will see I said that clearly, that if anything happens, that you are not coming, that you come late or whatever, at least if you come late and you come from far, we can come up with another arrangement. Arrangements decided by the tournament committee. But If you don't come, don't expect your money back. You forfeit everything. Don't expect your money back. The same happens throughout the whole tournament. No team is restricted of using any player they want, but you can't use a player that has already played during the group stages for another club. And then you want to use that player in the knockout stages. No. Hence, we want a list of 23 names, 23 players, including the staff. We're going to keep that list. Even if you come with 16 players and there's 23 players, it's fine. It's fine. That other players is just, how can I say, to your advantage to say, maybe tomorrow when you come to the knockouts, you want to bring that players. You can bring them. So that you don't exhaust the other players that already played throughout the tournament. You understand? So we will need the 23 list names, and that must be before the tournament start. It must be before the tournament start, and it must be alongside the proof of payment. And also, guys, what I want to say is that if I don't get as much support from teams out there, then I know where I stand. Then I know where I stand. Because this is the most prestigious tournament, the most magnifying tournament, the most complete tournament, the most laid out tournament. And last, the most complete tournament you will find. So if teams don't want to compete here, I don't know. Because like I said, I'm testing the waters. Can I implement something big? Can I go to the greater land and say, listen, let's put 150K on the table and let these guys grab for that money? Can I do that for these clubs? Now is the opportunity to show me. Bafito, Lanzeba Kiri Bafito, MK Maradona, your host, Local Soccer 101 Bafito. This channel is for the local people. This channel is for the local soccer stars Bafito. Listen, guys, if you made it so far in this video, please subscribe, like, and share this episode, and our YouTube channel, and our TikTok channel, and our Facebook channel. Bafito Galerata, too much Bafito. Stay safe out there and have a blessed weekend. Galerata. Tango.